Hello everybody, come on in, we'll get going here in just a minute. Okay, today what we're going to do is make a coin ring out of this Donald Trump wanted for a second term silver round. It's Donald Trump's mugshot, so I thought that was kind of funny. So I'm going to go ahead and ring this for all you Donald Trump fans out there. Alright, so first thing we're going to do is anneal the coin. I'm going to take this torch and heat this coin up, soften the metal, make it a little easier to work with. Well, by the way, I'm Mark with Southwind Coin Rings, and probably for about the next 45 minutes, I'll provide some entertainment for you, show you how a coin ring is made. All right, so let's go. Putting the heat on Donald. Alright. If anybody has any questions, please go ahead and put them in the chat. So I'll dunk this now in some cool water. Dry it, and then we'll move on to the next step, which will be to punch a hole. So I'm going to punch a hole with this self-centering punch. And we're going to do a 3/4 inch hole. Basically what we're going to do is punch Donald's face out of this, and then I'll make a key ring out of that center punch. That'll go with the ring as a set. So I'll just take a couple of these little pieces of paper towel, set them on top of that pedestal. Then we'll lay the coin down in there. Then when I screw the lid down, it will center up the coin on top of that punch pedestal. Right. Now I'm going to put it in this hydraulic press and punch it. Oops, I keep forgetting. This 3/4 inch punch I have to put in the punch a little bit different. The business end of this punch is too big to go through this hole, so I have to put it in from the bottom like this and then screw it down. I always forget that. All right. Okay, now back to the hydraulic press. Get it centered up in there. Okay. Whoops, what happened? It didn't punch for some reason. Okay, we'll do it again. Maybe I didn't have the press set right. We'll get it this time. Okay, try again. That was kind of weird. Make sure that yeah, it's closed. Let me try again. That feels better. To be honest, I'm not sure what happened on that first try. All right, we got a punch that time. There's Donald. And here is the coin. Okay, on to the next step. Let's put some of the stuff away first. Okay, so when the punch goes through the coin, it leaves a ragged edge here, and that edge is just a bunch of little micro cracks. So we need to get rid of those, or the coin will split when we start stretching it. So I'm going to take this deburring tool here and just shave that clean. Get it down into some nice solid silver. I'm not sure if I mentioned it, but this is like pure silver. It's 0.999 pure. Okay, now I'll take this fingernail sanding block. Just smooth it out some more. I get these from a beauty salon supply house. All right, that feels good. Okay. Now, all we got is a coin with a hole in it. So we need to make this into a ring shape now. So we'll do that over here on this arbor press. I'll take this dapping block and center it up in there real good. And I want this side of the coin to show on the outside of the ring. So that would go down like, oops, no, this side, the wanted side. So that's going to go down like so. Put this plastic ball bearing on there. And now take this and just force that ram down into that hemisphere shape, which forces the coin down in there, of course. Now we have the beginnings of our ring shape. Thanks for the follow. Okay, so now I'm going to take a what's called reduction die. It's a 17-degree angle here. Oops, that's not the right one. It must be this one. Let's see, 1.5 inch side. Yeah, okay. Then I take a stainless steel cone that's also 17 degrees. Get that coin centered up in the die. I want to make sure it's nice and level in there. And now I'm going to force this down about halfway, because I don't want that detail to come in contact with the face of this tool. There's really not a whole lot of detail on this one on the inside, but I'll finish it up now with a composite comb. This material is softer than the silver, so it's not going to have any ill effects on that detail on the inside. So we'll just now push it down the rest of the way. All right, now we have a fully folded coin. But it's still not a ring shape yet. I need to reduce the size of this edge to match this one. So we're going to stay on the arbor press to do that. But we use a different kind of die. This is called Swedish wrap process. So I'm going to take this plumber's tape and wrap the ring up in that real good. I'm going to put 12 wraps of this tape on here. It's a little bit hard to do when it's in this cone shape. Four, there's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Thanks for the follow, Wayne. Anybody else who I didn't see? Okay, so now I just kind of fold this over the edges on top and bottom. And we put it in here. So that's, I'm going to switch up to the next size larger. And reduce it down a little bit in this one, and then I'll change over to that other one. This is a brand new tool here. It's only the second time I've used it. Alright, so we'll push it down a little bit. And turn over this way. Now we'll see if it'll fit in the other. There's a tendency to get stuck in this one. I don't know if it's because it's a new tool or what. So I'm going to have to knock it out. Tape left behind. Now we'll see if it fits in this one. Let's see here. I think I'm just going to wrap this like maybe twice and reduce it down a little bit more so it fits in the tool better. Okay. Let's try this. We'll just reduce it down just slightly and then I'll go ahead and anneal it again. Get it leveled up in there. All right, then I'll take another type of tool. This is a pusher. And then we'll just push it down a little bit. That should be enough that I can wrap it up completely with tape. Now let's go ahead and anneal it again. Come back over here. And take this Sharpie and draw a line on there. And then when that line disappears, it should be hot enough to continue. Okay, now back to the arbor press. Anybody have any questions? Okay, now we'll wrap it 12 times again. There's 12. Can you make a 2-ounce silver round? I've never done a 2-ounce. Philip, I'm making a ring from this Donald Trump silver round. It says wanted for a second term. And it's got Donald Trump's mugshot on it. All right, so now this will fit down in here. I'll just have to push it down. Yeah, I think a 2-ounce might be a bit much. I'm not even sure what the measured diameter is on those 2-ounce ones. Might have to try it one of these days. All right, it's that Teflon tape. Yes, it is. It's called Blue Monster. It's kind of a premium Teflon. It's thicker than the standard white stuff. So most Most coin ring makers use it, not all, but it's pretty good stuff. Okay, when it turns blue, dark blue like that, it means it's hardening. So you can see that that press, if you remember how this side was so much bigger than this side earlier, and now it's starting to reduce. And when this side reduces down to be the same as this one, then the whole thing is going to start reducing in size. And I want it to be a size 11. So we're going to press it down a couple more times, and then we'll check the size and anneal it again. My wedding ring is a Morgan dollar with the date of 1897. Cool. I do have a lathe, and I have made a couple of tools, but these came with the die. I made a couple. I made this one with my lathe. And I had to make a custom tool the other day. I made this one to clear up a stuck. I had a punch that was stuck in this guy, and I had to take that tool that I made and stick it down inside the die that was inside there and punch it out. I don't know. I don't think you're seeing what I'm doing here. I had the punch stuck in this, so I had to make that little tool so I could get it down inside this die and punch it out of there. So yeah, it comes in handy to have a lathe sometimes. All right, so back to this. $50. Oh yeah, 4 or 5 with a $50. Yeah. I wouldn't want to try to get a silver dollar down that low, but I'm gonna turn this over now. Press it from this side. Okay, let's go ahead and check our size. I'm afraid that maybe I went too small, but that's, I can just put it on the stretcher if I go too low. Let's see, it's 10 3/4. And I want it to be 11. So it's pretty straight across here now. So actually I need to cut this rim out of here. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut that out, and then we can start thinking about getting it down to the right size. So we'll come over here, put some of this stuff away. And then I'll get my deburring tool out again. Now I'm just going to shave that out of there because the ring won't fit properly with that rim in there. So it has to be removed. And that will probably bring it up about a full size. So 10 3/4 now. So it'll probably bring it up to close to 11 3/4 or 11 1/2, something like that. Was there a reason you chose 1897 as the date for your wedding ring? Or was it just what was available at the time? Or maybe it was a ring from one of your grandparents or something. I'm actually going to do some Morgans for a guy that had a couple of coins that his grandfather had left him. He wants those made into rings. Damn near cut myself there. I've done it before. All right, let's see where we are. 11 and a half. See if I got it all out of there. Thanks for the follow, Marlo. Yeah, that feels pretty much like it's out. Okay. All right, so now it's 11 and a half. I need to get it down to 11. So I'm going to put it back in the Swedish wrap again and just barely press it. That should give me a half size reduction, just barely making it move. So I'll wrap it again. I don't think I'm going to put 12 wraps on it this time though. Maybe 6. It's much easier to wrap up when it's a straight wall like this. I hope everybody had a good Christmas. Okay, so I'll put it in here, just barely press it, and I'll turn it over and do it to the other side also. We're getting a little bit of snow here today in Kansas. All right, let's check that. Just a shade under 11, that's good. Because when I do the final fine finishing work on the inside here, it'll bring it up to 11, I'm sure. So let's check this guy out and see if we got a nice straight wall. I think this size is just a shade smaller, not by much. But I think I'm going to straighten that up just a little bit. We'll just open this side up a shade. Got a special tool for doing that. Where you at, Brian? I'm in Wichita. I want to make sure that that hole is, I don't want this ring needs to be a little bit smaller than that hole. Let me try this one. No, it's bigger. Let's see. Try this one. Yeah, that's good. You go to Wichita every day. Ah, cool. So you must be in what, Hutch or somewhere? I don't need to stretch this very much, just a little bit. El Dorado, okay. I used to live in Douglas, which is right down the road. Well, actually, no, I'm thinking of Augusta. I used to go fishing at El Dorado Reservoir back in the day. There we go. Now let's take a look. See if that did anything. Yeah, I think I'm good with that. So we're done with the forging process now. We got the shape we want. So now it's time to finish it up. And come back over here. Thanks for the follow, Brian. Steven. You never go fishing. Isn't that the way it usually is? I was living in Los Angeles for about 12 years before I came back. I retired and came back to Kansas. And I hardly ever went to the beach. I was only, 10 minutes away. Hardly ever went. All right. So first thing we're going to do is take this steel wool. It's a very fine steel wool. And just kind of lightly brush it. I like zebras. Is that what that says? Zebras. I don't have any zebra rings or coins. I do have one. I just got those, kind of neat. I'll show you. I can find it. There it is. This is actually, what? This is a foreign coin. It didn't really say. It's a $2 from somewhere. But anyway, it's got this lion on it. And I'm going to punch the center out and just leave those eyes. So that'll be pretty neat. I have to come up with something clever to call it. I was thinking about doing that one today, but then I decided to do this one. Maybe I'll do that one next time. I've also got a Don't Mess with Texas in today. This should make a pretty cool ring also. If you got any Texans out there. Thanks for the follow, Danny. The rings that I make from these 1 ounce silver rounds are 159, and that normally includes a key ring. I take the center that I punch out of it and make it into a key ring. It will say, "Don't mess with Texas around the house." Yeah, let me show you again. If I can find it, tossed it in here. Where'd it go? Oh, yeah, it slid back into the back of the drawer here. Yeah. Don't mess with Texas. And on the back of it, it's got a bowl. That'll be the inside of the ring. This will be the outside. Unless somebody wanted it made that way, but I think this is better. All right, so just about got this ready. I'm going to put a patina finish on it. I got my liver of sulfur over here warming up. I need to take this over to the steam cleaner and steam it to get all my fingerprints off of it. So the liver of sulfur will react with the metal. It also warms it up because the liver sulfur works better on hot metal, or if the solution's hot. The solution is just kind of lukewarm now. So we'll need to let that in there for just a scoshy bit. Anybody have any questions while we're waiting on this? 8th generation Texan, cool. I've got another Texas ring here somewhere. It says it's the Texas State Seal. Let me look for it while we're waiting here. Here it is. Great state of Texas. I think that one's pretty neat too. I'm retired, Evie. I worked for a consumer electronics company for a long time. I don't know if you've ever heard of Belkin. Leave that in there just a little bit longer. I just retired last, in January or February. But I've been playing around with silversmithing as a hobby for a long time. And then after I retired, I started looking for something to do, and stumbled onto coin rings. I like making these. That should be good. This stuff is really obnoxious smelling. All right. So I just kind of rinsed it a little bit. And dry it off. I think I'm going to open this view up a little bit. Fingers must, there we go. Okay, so then I take this Renaissance wax and just kind of spread it over the surface. And that kind of helps to keep the patina in the background areas where I want it to stay. Kind of covers it a little bit. And this is going to have kind of a cool effect because the text is inset. It doesn't stick out. It's called incuse text. So I'll go back now to this steel wool and just kind of lightly rub it. Everyone heard of Belkin. Yeah. Yeah, I did. I worked, did several different things while I was there. I was product manager for battery packs. And the last 5 or 6 years, I did screen protectors for mobile phones. Used to travel to China a lot for them before COVID. And COVID kind of put an end to my globetrotting days. Okay, now I'll take this fingernail file and just kind of brush it a little bit more. This one's got a lot of open silver. It's areas with no text or no detail. So I'm not sure exactly how it's going to look in the end. Should be okay. Yeah, I like the way this is looking. All right, then I'll take one of these guys and finish it up. So I do a lot of powder coating on the rings also. This is powder coat. This is my Year of the Dragon. Since the dragon is my Chinese zodiac sign. Let's get another one here. These have been used once before. It's starting to shine up. That's starting to look pretty good, I think. All right, there we go. Wanted for a second term. I really don't have a lot of political aspirations, but I thought this was kind of neat. Then I'll put some liver of sulfur. I'll put a patina on this, on Donald's face, and make a key ring. I'll show you an example. Here's a key ring that goes with that great state of Texas. Thank you, Evie. I enjoy it. Here's another one. This is from United States Army. I just did a ring. The last one I did, I really like a lot. This one is Land of the Free. And here it says, because of the brave. And then it's got American flag in the background. I like this one a lot. So I have a website, southwindcoinrings.com. I have, most of my stuff there. I still have to update it with some of the newer rings, but eventually everything will be there. And I do Morgan silver dollars and peace dollars and the American Silver Eagle. Oh, by the way, here's that Land of the Free, because of the brave. That's what it looked like. And then on this side, it's United States Army. I've ringed this one too. But anyway, so I do all different kinds of silver dollars and half dollars, Kennedys, Franklin halves, and I do quarters, all the state quarters in silver and just normal copper clad. So I got a pretty wide selection. And I got some, other, like this one, Scylla. It's a mythical monster, a 7-headed monster. That's a pretty nice one. Let's see what else we got here. Don't Tread on Me is pretty popular. I got this one in 1 ounce. This is a 1 ounce and a half ounce. The half ounce I like it better. Got one here somewhere. There's the half ounce. Don't Tread on Me. And then on this side it says Live Free or Die. Yeah, there we go. Live Free or Die. That's a half ounce. Well, guys, it's about time for me to go eat dinner. So, thanks everybody for coming by. I appreciate it. Probably do another one tomorrow. One of those I showed you earlier. Either the Don't Mess with Texas or the, what was that other one? That lion one with the eyes. So everybody have a great rest of your day. Hopefully some of you guys are still on your holiday, hopefully. Hey, Cowboy Bob. So, I'm out of here. See y'all later. Take care.